Devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand. Call
This shit's gonna blow up.
No, it won't blow.
All right, for sure.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? And thank you so much for tuning in to DLD After Dark. Welcome to DLD After Dark. What you guys are going to see this evening, couple changes. All right, sorry, my bad. I'm being a little goofy. Me scusi. What you're going to see, a couple changes. You'll see your comments on the screen right here. So if you poof your phone to full screen, hey, you can see the whole thing. So in the future, too, when we go live on multiple platforms, you'll actually be able to see everyone's comment and from which platform they're commenting from in the live chat. Yeah, I'm super pumped about that. It's something literally that I was talking about with, a few other dudes, like obviously Red Dawn, Crump, Rich, and all those guys. And we're like, man, why can't one of the most premier streaming platforms, like period, why can't they just put the chat on the screen and not make it too ridiculous? So anyway, so we're trying that. It is in beta. Which means there could be a bunch of things, excuse me, going wrong. But we'll see. We'll see how it is. Let me know if you guys like it or if it's annoying. Sometimes it's annoying too. So I feel you. Let me get a couple things plugged up here, and we're going to be rocking and rolling. So we actually have a pretty cool show tonight. We're talking primary and secondary now. Also, you know, we can't get through a show without discussing the SIG 320 drama. So we're probably going to have a conversation about that too. But also, guys, I got something today, and I have to share it with you. This, ooh, that's pretty. Ooh. Let me just move this over here. Little fleety deety. All right, hang tight for one sec. I shared with you guys that our friend, our homie, Frag Out Design Studios, was doing like a crazy all must go sale, and he's basically restructuring his company, and he was asking for help from the homies. I know we're not all in position to just go dump money on guns. I'm certainly not, but I did end up getting one of his crazy completely engraved, Cerakoted, stippled Glocks. It is insane. And he actually has a bunch of stuff on his website still. Almost everything sold, but the things that are left over are like a G48 for like 325, 43X for like 325, 350, something like that. Laser stippled, like the Gucciest. So really cool stuff. I encourage you guys to go check out Frag Out's website, but we can't drop it because you know the thing. So we can't do that. Let's see. Mr. Was selling a 320 if you want to hurt yourself on the cheap, just 319. Going fast, it's gone. Oh, yikes. Yeah, so we'll talk about the whole 320 drama. I mean, look, we always touch on it, right? But it's important that we discuss things that are going on in the firearm world. You know what I mean? Anyway, so let's get into it. So, for anyone here joining for the first time, if you don't know, which let's be honest, YouTube doesn't show this content to new people. We know that. So if you are new, sound off in chat. We have a great community of people right over here. Or if you're watching on mobile, they'll be right below me. Come in, say what's up. Our homies will welcome you. Hey, P38 Wilbur, good to see you, man. Great to see a bunch of you guys in here, man. We're gonna go through and do the whole welcome thing. But if this is your first time watching DLD After Dark, I don't believe you, but if you're claiming that this is indeed your first time, then welcome and say what's up in chat, and we'll welcome you. We're not dirtbags. We're a good community of good folks. Anyway, so we do a live show every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday around 10:30, depending on traffic. Depending on how I'm feeling and if I fall asleep or not. But we usually do shows talking about anything freedom, liberty, independence, firearms, gear and equipment, everything from preparation to, from, prepping to even homesteading stuff. We discuss self-defense scenarios, self-defense incidences. I mean, we talk about it all, the whole gambit. And also just being a strapped dad in 2025. I mean, that's super important, Hey, Safety Haba. Great to see you. It feels like the first time every time. Great to see you. Which, by the way, if you don't know about the Safety Harbor KES, the compact entry stock, I mean, personally, I enjoy the KEG, but both actually. And I'm probably going to put a KES on the, it's not back there, on the MP5 SD with a micro can, but we might be printing our micro can because, we're talking about the HPA as well. So we actually have a whole lot to pack into the conversation tonight. Woo, excuse me. So sound off in chat. If you're a channel member, sound off in chat. More than 85% of the support from this channel is directly from channel members. So I want to make sure we show y'all love. We appreciate y'all so much, man. I say we, like, what do they say? Like, you got a mouse in your pocket? No, I mean, collectively, the homies, we appreciate you, but I appreciate the direct support from you all. And then of course, I lost track. So anyway, we're talking about gear, we're talking about primary, secondary, we're talking about a little 320 shade, and then also well, not really shade, it's more like T, I guess that people call it nowadays. And then also we're going to be talking about the HPA because there is the Hearing Protection Act. There's a lot of good stuff going on right now. It appears, right? I mean, we do have to pay very close attention, make sure that we're paying attention. Especially when things like this are going on with 4,000 words in a bill and a bajillion sections of different. So we just got to make sure that we know what's going on. So we're going to keep an eye on that. But also, just because the vote went through, right, which is great news, does not mean that everyone can just go start making, building, and selling cans. So just chill out. That was just the House. All right. There's still a little bit more forward movement to go. It's still got to go to the Senate. It's still right. Like I'm talking to people and they're like, does this mean I can do? I'm like, no, don't start the printer just yet. But we're going to talk about some of that too. So anyway, welcome to DLD After Dark. We do a live show every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday around 10:30-ish p.m. Eastern. It's honestly when I choose to. And we talk about all the stuff that I already told you that we talk about. Now, we will cover the HPA tonight. HPA tonight. We're also going to have a conversation about the Short Act, so it'll be a good one. We have a guest coming in here shortly, so let's go ahead and get started. I just want to say thank you to all of you guys for coming in, spending your time, energy, and just taking the time to join. And also, like I said, most of the channel support comes from the channel members. So we take the next 10 minutes or so to welcome all the channel members because it means a lot for you guys to come through, hang out, and also support monthly. That does mean a lot. And then, of course, also, we do a lot of shows over on The Green Place, which is the Bumble with an R. And I guess we could call it like Room Bell or something like that. But anyway, we're going to be doing some shows over there. And over the next week, I'm actually going to get a set schedule of what we're doing with shows, which we're probably still going to stick to 3 shows on YouTube over here. And then have at least 1, if not 2 shows over there on the Rumbel, the Green Place. So we'll figure that out. But every show is sponsored by DLD Hardware and Definition Knives. Check out definitionknives.com. If you enjoy building firearms, check out DLD Hardware. Everything from jigs, tools, parts, and all that stuff. And then, of course, knives, bro. Definitionknives.com. We got a lot of super dope knives. Everyone is waiting on knives. Almost all of them have been shipped, except I think there's one other order I just got to print and get out. But yeah, it's just been crazy getting caught up. So thank you all for your patience. And let's go ahead and get into it. So if you're watching us live on YouTube, like as the show is on, I would encourage you guys to fire off in chat, say what's up, greet all the homies, and which looks like all of you guys are right now. And if you're watching this the next day or the next day or the next day, I would encourage you guys to drop a comment, something like Replay Mafia, Recapitulation Syndication, Reheating the Leftovers, Refried Beans. Someone said, I got to look it up. Someone dropped like a super dope comment on like the replay, Reheating Bacon. I don't remember, but it was great. So I got to look back at that. Goodness. Hey, appreciate that, man. Oh, dang it, clicked the wrong one. Zanty Misfit says DK is out of this world. I mean, I can't disagree because Rich and I own the company. So but dude, we also got something dropping this week. So be on the lookout because you will not believe what the next drop is about to look like, or the next drop of the launch, I guess. But then I have a really special edition. I mean, we literally have 5 of them. So I thought about it, talked to Rich about it and some other folks, and I was like, kind of thinking about the best way to do this, right? And I'm like, so we only have 5, right? And I was talking to Kurt and he was like, well, you have 3. And I was like, what do you mean? He said, me and Drew were going to buy 2 right away. So just take those out. I was like, to be fair, if I say, hey, we're dropping this knife, but the first order is still being manufactured. If I say, hey, I only have these 5 knives, introduce it and put it for sale, I mean, they're going to be gone like that, right? So I would much rather let it go to the homies, like to, the actual supporters that come in here and chat with us every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm literally just gonna be like, "Hey, I have these 5, and at this exact stroke of this clock, at this moment on the clock, they're gonna be available." And, 5 people can send in, the amount, and then boom, it's done. But they'll be back. We're waiting on the full shipment, so we'll keep y'all posted. It's still going to be at least 2 weeks. So because we kind of have like a schedule of what we're releasing, so just be on the lookout. The next one, bro, I've kind of teased it a few times. There may even be. I swear, I literally just had one right here. Um, Dang it. I'll have to go grab one. Oh no, no. It looks like a co-pilot, but it's not a co-pilot. Anyway, I'll grab one. Oh, and someone actually emailed me or hit me up on Instagram. I'm sorry, the DMs on IG are like blowing up. It is insane. I just cannot keep up. And then it may have been an email about their co-pilot hardware. If that was you, you're the second person that actually had brought that up. So we do have hardware coming in for the co-pilots. So just let me know, and if anyone else has an issue, I think we actually made a slight flaw with the co-pilot because the piece there in the middle, right there, where you see the slight color variation, I think it's too thin, and it just I think it increases the likelihood of breaking or being damaged, which it's a shame because it's such a gorgeous knife. But yeah, I mean, it's been our number one seller, most popular knife, and it happened to Kurt, actually, Kurt 24, and then we replaced that. But yeah, just hit me up again. I may have missed your initial email, but I remember seeing it like as it came in. But if I'm on a call or something like that, I see something come in. If I don't get to it right away, Rich and I talk about this all the time. So DLD, me, I have 2 times. I have right now and not now. Okay. And if something isn't in the right now realm, I'm not going to do it. If it's right now, boom, done, getting out of the way, gone. If it's not now, it may be, I have no idea. So just keep that in mind sometimes, and y'all know this, you got to keep up on me, right? Like I just found not my name was one of the other winners, and there's a couple other that I got to get the DK keychains to. So do me a favor, shoot me another email. Let me just put this in here real quick. So do if you want one of the keychains on one of the last streams, shoot a yeah, that's correct. Shoot an email there, and I'll get one of the keychains out to you. We'll put a sticker pack in there and all that stuff. We got a bunch of super super dope stickers, so keep that in mind. And for anyone that had recently, are we man bun free tonight? Yeah, actually, just so you all know, so this is my current setup. But the reason that I had a man bun is because look at this, dude. Look at this hair right here, dog. That's insane, dude. Like man, even just seeing that on camera, that is like nuts, bro. So yeah, the other night I was like, bro, I don't want to like, wear a hat and whatever. So, I literally I was just pissed off and tired of it, right? It's like when most dudes, why is there a 320 mag right there? I promise I'm not cheating on you, Glock. When other dudes like get pissed off and they go in the bathroom with clippers and just yank, I literally just grabbed it, and then I grabbed one of my daughter's hair ties and just like swoop, and I literally rocked a man bun during a live stream. But I mean, that's it's kind of funny too. So hey, I had a blast. It was a good time. All right, let's get this back on there. Now I'm back to regular looking DLD. Hey, look at that. Rich, thank you so much for the for the super duper chat. $2 super chat said, "Are we man bun free tonight?" Someone else I like it. I think it was Coyote Lynchpin who was like, "Is that a top knot? Are you rocking the top knot?" So I don't know. I will say I got a couple. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. I see the email. Thank you. So I actually, funny enough, got a couple messages that were like, "Yo, you can pull it off, bro. Like it looks good." But I got like 2. All right, so I'm just saying. When you know what? Okay, so that was on Rumble, right? So we're talking thousands of people saw me, and 2 people were like, "Yeah, I think it looks good, man." So yeah, I'm just gonna assume that the majority of people are like, "No, dude, don't do that. Don't do that." Anyway, I'm gonna take a sip of my wakey wakey juice, my Biden juice, and you guys enjoy this.
Hold on a sec. I'm going to get me a beer.
A beer. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. So we want to make sure. Oh, tell Terry that I said hello. Good evening to her. Armsman Broski, good to see you. I did. Red Dawn said he was chatting with you today, so you probably know what the deal is. Your thingamajig is on the way. I'll shoot you tracking over too. Man, I'm like congested tonight. And I'm down another couple pounds, bro. Man, I'm rocking and rolling, man. I'm loving this. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. So first this evening was dang old Matt in chat, bro. Welcome, and let's do a crisp high five. Thank you for being first in chat, man. I don't know what it is, dude, but dang old Matt, like he is on point with it, and like he just jumps in there. And Kurt said he was going to be working late, working nights, so I'm not going to bust his chops for not always being here. And he actually said he was going to be kind of going through it for a minute, so let's give him some grace. And when he is here, let's make sure we tell him how much we appreciate his time.
Oh, no. No.
So let's go through and greet all of our channel members. I appreciate y'all so much, man. Again, I said more than 85% of the direct channel support literally comes from channel membership. So that's all you guys, man. It means a lot. And for those of you that jump in and like, oh yeah, hit me up tomorrow. Yeah, I got you, bro. How'd you break? How would it? What the heck? How would that break though? Well, anyway, we'll figure it out. I would actually love to hear if this is the first knife of ours that broke. I would love to hear the story. If you like used it to carve your way out of a vehicle after a collision or something like that, we need that story. But it is, look, we have a ridiculous replacement policy. So like if you, and we talk about it too, like if God forbid someone had to bust out their DK1 and defend themselves, and it was procured by law enforcement, we'll replace it. If even as long as you're not doing anything illegal and you're relieved of your blade from definition knives, we'll replace it. If you break it or snap it, just reach out to us, dude. We're just 2 dudes. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. I see you. Thank you for the email. Appreciate the reminder. All right, let's go through and greet all of our channel members. All right, we got Zanti Misfit in the building, also a channel member. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Who is due a keychain. But just so you know, we also have these super rare red and white instead of white and red. It's kind of funky looking. It's like backwards, but it's kind of cool. Oh, and I can't wait to show you all what I got. All right, hang tight. My bad. I'm getting too ahead of myself. Gutter Cheese, brother, great to see you. He says, have you printed a gun today? Perhaps a suppressor? We're almost there. We're almost there. We made it through the house. Also, when it comes to the HPA, there's actually some good news because everyone's like, what if they change it? So we're going to talk about that too. So thank you. Great to see you, Gutter Cheese. Blue Curtain Burner, brother, great to see you. Also a channel member, appreciate you. Eric Stockbridge, my man, great to see you. Also a channel member, which he has in Aegean. Where's my Aegean? There it is. Look at this. Bam. He has an Aegean coming out to him. The Aegean is fire. I love this one. Just like the scalloping in the G10 and the 8CR13 MOV steel blade and all that. It's just cool. And it's got a fat pocket clip, but also it's super, super low. So the knife actually is below the clip, so it doesn't really look like it's necessarily a knife. It could be. It could be. They they won't know. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I may ask for that one back. Usually I wouldn't ask for a knife back if we were gonna replace it or fix it. But I'd like to see that to maybe see what failed on it. If dang, we got our first warranty claim of like a broken. It seems like it's the lock that has a rattle. He said so. Um, we'll figure that out. Kanji guy keychain. All right, Rich, hang on. I'll get to you. Hang tight. Let's see. Blue curtain burners, anti misfit. Blue curtain burners, anti misfit. Fat Rooster, brother. Great to see you. Also a Chanamemba. And this is Fat Rooster was one that said that his lock may have been bad. What honestly would probably happen is that there may have been an issue with the spring in the lock system, because the lock system is super solid, but the spring, if it slipped, broke, snapped, cracked, whatever, sometimes steel isn't hardened correctly or something like that. So yeah, I'd be curious to see what happened. I'd love to open that thing up, do some surgery. But hey, is it bad that I'm excited that we actually have first warranty service was for Kurt for a broken pocket clip, and now we have another one. I don't know. That's good odds. We're talking about over 1,000 knives out and two warranty services. But Fat Rooster, Chenamemba, appreciate you, brother. Let's see who else we got here. Mike McClune, the Goon. Not only is he a Chenamemba, he's also a moderator. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Let's see who else we got. We got that's Fat Rooster, Eric Stockbridge. Let's see. I'm just going through. Hang tight for 1 second. Gort, great to see you, Gort, man. Gort, I haven't seen you around. Well, I guess I saw you a couple times in 2A EDU's chat. I was actually in his chat from like it's like 1 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. I literally stayed awake the whole night watching those idiots babble back and forth about stuff they don't even understand. And this is the crazy thing. Okay, excuse me. Did you guys see that meme that, like, we all know, the left can't meme, right? And I hate to do the whole right and left thing, right? We know they're all corrupt. But um, there was this meme that came from the left, and it was literally um, Donald Trump shooting himself in the foot with his BBL, his big beautiful, or BBB, whatever, big beautiful bill, BBL. That's the Brazilian butt. Oh goodness. Anyway, and he was shooting himself in the foot with a revolver, and it was ejecting shells, right? So these are the people that are legislating against your gun rights, or in some cases for your gun rights. But these are the people that are legislating for your gun rights, against your gun rights, that believe shells just jump out of a revolver when firing. I know it's terrible. I know it's crazy. All right, let's go. Let's see who else we got here. We got Mike McClune, the Goon, Gort, Got a Cheese, Fat Rooster, Eric Stockbridge, Flying Rich Firearms, brother. Great to see you. Make sure you subscribe to Flying Rich Firearms. He also has another channel. It's he does country music. It's called Fly Rich. Don't know if you've seen it. It's great. I mean, really, really good primo stuff. Check it out. Zanti Misfit, Eric Stockbridge, Gort, Zanti, Gorge. Let's see. I'm just going through, making sure I didn't miss any Chenamembas. I got to look specifically for the green names, but when I only look for the green names, I miss the blue names, and the blue name could mean a moderator or someone who's a channel member and a moderator, and I never want anyone to be left out. Blue Curtain Burner, Eric Stockbridge. There he is, Flying Rich. Thank you for the $2. Oh, that's the other one. Hold on. Dang, am I that far back? All right, hang on. Got a Cheese. Flying Rich, Mike McClune, the Goon. Let's see, Zanti. Dang, son of Murray, where you been at, bro? Good to see you, man. It's been a minute. There's the OG Flying Rich channel, which is moderator and a channel member. Aggie, brother, great to see you, man. Also a channel member. Appreciate you, brother. Agarizer Gort, Eric Stockbridge, Aggie. Here it is. Flying Rich says Stickman keychain. Okay, there's the whole thing between the Stickman and the kanji guy. Look, it is the Stickman. I don't know. Some people call it the kanji guy, but let's be real. Does it look like a Stickman, or does it look like a kanji guy? Or we could just say it's DK, which it is. some guy at the gun shop today was like, Donkey Kong? I was like, yes, Donkey Kong. Anyway, all right, let's see who else we got here. We got Aggie, Zanti, Aggressor, Civilized Shadow. We will be speaking on that here just shortly. Flying Rich, Aggressor, Zanti, Mike McClune, the Goon. I'm just making sure we didn't miss any channel members. And obviously all the honorable mentions, man. M. Gabriel, appreciate you coming in. Damien, my brother in Christ, great to see you. P38, Wilberto, great to see you. Jeremier, great to see you, my guy. Fire Rodder, brother, great to see you as well. All you guys, Traveler, man. Robert Ham, great to see you, man. Great to hear that Wifey is doing better too, man. I'm telling you, mass prayer, man, it's a powerful thing. So all right, so we'll get into it. So we will discuss the HPA, and I guess we can start with that while we wait for our guest. Hey, speaking of which, Chris from the 740, another great channel for you to check out. Thank you. I don't know who's doing the clicking of the hearts and likes and 100 symbol and all that, but I love it. Keep it up. Thank you. Because out of the corner of my eye, I just see stuff floating in my other device here. So check out Chris from the 740. He has a great channel. Thank you. Whoever's going crazy with it, thank you. I love it. I don't know how much of a delay there is, but thank you. Chris from the 740. He has an excellent channel, great review channel, and yeah, he just does a lot of great stuff. So, and you can tell he's someone that puts a lot of hard work into the reviews that he does. So, I would be willing to bet that if there's a firearm or a piece of equipment or something out there that you want to see reviewed, you probably will see it on Chris from the 740. So, yeah, a lot of times when other dudes hop in that, that I know of that have, good content, I'm going to shout you out. And he may have some knives on the way too. He actually came in and literally with his own money grabbed an Aegean and purchased it on his own. So appreciate you, bro. Thank you. So without it was I stopped, live life, brother. Good to see you, man. Did I miss someone? I may miss somebody else. Either way, appreciate all y'all, man. Thank you. Okay, so let's jump into it. So before our guest gets here, we'll kind of do a little Michael Lang, welcome. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out as well. Let's do this. Let's go to our reporter on the ground who's reporting from 2023, and then we'll jump into it. I did forget to mention that there's some harsh language in that one. My apologies. Honestly, I don't know if y'all have noticed, I have been so intentional about not doing the bad language thing, which I traditionally sucked at. If you go back and watch old streams, man, I'm dropping F's and S's and B's and D's all over the place, man. It was bad. And I'm like, do I want my 8-year-old to hop online and be like, let me see what my daddy did? And no. So I want to keep it clean. We can still be degenerates without actually, sounding like a dirtbag. Anyway, let's jump into it. So as I do this, actually, we have a guest jumping in now. So we'll start with the HPA. And then Zanti, thank you. We'll start with the HPA and Armsman, bro. My bad. I forgot to shout you out, my guy. I mentioned you in the beginning, but Michael Lang. Look, bro. That's one of the biggest things. Is like after get the filth out of your mouth, right? I think that's in Luke. And do you want to continue this nasty behavior of cursing and dirty language and foul language, and that is it Christ-like? No. Christ is King, Christ is Lord, every knee will bow, so why not bow now? Let's go ahead and bring our boy on. Introducing your boy. You've seen him. He's famous for. I'm just kidding. He's not famous. Ladies and gentlemen, Red Dawn, the civilian outpost king.
Your everyday multicam wearing Red
I'm
Dawn.
sorry. I'm so. Is that multicam? That's hold on. It must be you have a filter on, right? Where it turns M81 to multicam.
That's multicam, baby.
Dude, I'm blown away because you're an M81 guy, right? What's going on?
Well, see, that's the beauty of being in camouflage is you can just change like a chameleon.
Yeah, it's and no
match
one
your
will see
terrain.
you. Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Putang broski, great to see you.
What's up,
Yo,
Putang?
Putang, is anyone gonna be at your orifice on Saturday? Hopefully someone is gonna be inside your orifices on Saturday. Offices. Oh snap. Well, there's gonna be something sitting on the porch. Do you have a porch? Is there a porch? Is there a place to leave a package in your orifice? Why would I be there? I don't know your work schedule, dog. I work 72 hours a day. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, Red Dawn is a sniper team guy. I'm just kidding. So, Red Dawn has an excellent channel, Red Dawn Readiness. You can also catch him on the Civilian Outpost. And
I thought you were talking about my single days there for a minute.
right. We definitely have a few dozen bodies at least.
Huh? Not me.
Not me either. Kidding. Yeah, it'll be fine. PWEDC always on lock, orifice on fleek. I love it. R to the D to the R. Who remembers that Gravedigger song? Y'all remember that? Oh, that was so good. G
Yep.
to the R to the A to the V. That's so good. My apologies. So Red Dawn runs a channel. It's Red Dawn Readiness. Also, Civilian Outpost, the Civilian Outpost. You can catch them on YouTube. You can catch them on the.
Is that the chat in the corner of
That's
our
the
screen?
chat in the corner of our screen. So I called StreamYard and was like, "Dog, y'all got to get it together." And they said, "Do you want to be part of the beta?" And I was like, "I mean, I guess, you know."
It's like,
It's-
sure, I'm a beta.
It's in, yeah. You know, my guest tonight is a beta, so it should work out. No, it is in beta and it's in everyone's. Well, I assume it's in everyone's StreamYard. So
For $44.99 a month, it better be.
it better be. It better email you the concise version of the show afterwards too. Thank you, who's ever smashing that little congratulations and 100. That's so funny. Okay, so Red Dawn, if you would please let everyone know who you are, what you do, and where they can find you.
Red Dawn Readiness on all platforms, and Civilian Outpost is my backup channel that will one day hopefully become my main channel. And I don't think I have any other aliases out there currently at the moment.
Aren't you currently the head of the Assassin's Lobby?
For unconstitutional tyrants, yes.
You know, it's funny for everyone following the HPA. One of the leftist freaks, I don't remember who it was like, who's asking for this? The Assassin's Lobby? Like, that would be a dope shirt. Actually, Babyface P was the one that called it out first, and I was like, what an excellent idea. And then, like, within 12 to 24 hours, BDGG Josh had a shirt, the Assassin's Lobby, already for sale on Fat Tack. So
sick.
It's a beautiful thing. Anyway, yeah, my apologies. Please continue.
Which platform? We're on YouTube, aren't we? So I can't grab this and
I
show it
can't.
on screen.
We can't. Yeah. You know what we may do? Maybe I don't know if we're gonna have time because we're doing kind of a shorter show tonight.
I don't have that
time.
long tonight. I have a meeting in the morning. I think I still have to feed the dogs.
Yeah, I didn't feed my dog. I gave him a couple of TREATs though. So guys, make sure you subscribe to Red Dawn. Make sure you hit up his YouTube and his Rumble at the Green Place and show him some love. Just another, Christian conservative,
God-fearing, Christ-loving,
mhm.
tactical dad.
Yep, a dad in 2025. So show him some love. So what are your thoughts? Seeing all the craziness over the past, a little bit on the HPA, what are your thoughts on everything?
I mean, listening to the hearings, it's like listening, just the fear-mongering and I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like I shouldn't consume myself. I think I've stayed up way too late watching this stuff, and it's like it's not even
Yeah,
past, and I'm up following it. But
I know that feeling.
yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if it just all gets ripped off the NFA, and pistol braces can just become like this thing of the past. They have to put that back in, but the Hearing Protection Act, I mean, it would be awesome. It'd be awesome to be able to privately transfer silencers to one friend to another. Hey, you want to trade?
Yeah,
Hey, I don't like this 46M. Well, I actually have this 338 Lapua here. How about I trade you this Omega 9K for it? And stuff
yeah,
like that would be super cool.
hmm,
So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I just don't count my chickens until they hatch.
for sure.
Considering I've raised many chickens, and even after they hatch, they can
Yeah,
eat some some wood chips
they
and
can
then go
literally
hard.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, shout out to whoever just made a purchase from definitionknives.com. Thank you.
nice.
Yeah, look, I've been sinking my teeth into it. I've been watching it. I've been trying to stay up with the language, because that's what's most important, the actual language in the bill, and seeing the HPA go from, just a $0 tax stamp, but still staying on the NFA registry, which the registration and the background check and all that process and the act of registering, that is the encroachment, right? I honestly, personally, and I'm not a wealthy
And
man,
taxing a right.
and of course taxing the right, but as crazy as this may sound, I would rather pay $200 to a gun shop and just be able to get the item without being on a registry and I have a
Yeah.
bunch of NFA items, right? But like, it's kind of ridiculous to, like, if there were any other right being taxed, absolutely would not fly. No way, no how. If there was a poll tax, if there was they say, right, any law repugnant to the Constitution, right? But this is the same kind of thing. Like, it doesn't matter what the Constitution says, and it doesn't matter, even though it is so simple and so clear and direct. They're making the decision to restrict because of their fees. But initially, it was the 0%, 0% transfer tax. But if you were doing a Form 1 as a civilian, you would still have to pay the $200, similar to like the AOW thing. But then you okay? Did you fall down?
Yeah. We're good though. Hello.
But then they changed it to, so basically the wording kept changing, and then the Short Act was in, then the Short Act was removed, and then the HPA finally, as it went in, it did say originally, right before the managers meeting or whatever they call, I've never heard it called a managers meeting before, but the negotiations in the managers meeting, it had originally said that suppressors would be no longer require a $200 tax stamp, that they would be removed from the NFA registry, that they would be removed from the GCA, and they would be treated as a firearm accessory. But also included in the bill was a backup, basically, of it'll be a $0 tax stamp if they, try to swindle something. So they ended up having negotiations in the back room, like we saw all night behind the panels, and in the room behind the panels, and they ended up saying basically removing the $200 tax altogether, removing the suppressors from the NFA, and you would still need to do a background check if purchasing from a store, like a traditional 4473, like a firearm. And it's important that they keep the firearm, or arms titles, so we have the protection of the Second Amendment on them. But I do think the NFA, the registry as it is 100% completely unconstitutional. I think the background check and the 4473 and all that stuff is also unconstitutional, but one thing at a time. And because it passed the House, and it passed the House in that form with that verbiage, still with that little caveat in the back that says, basically a $0. I think I said 0%. I misspoke.
It still says $0 on it
In a different place as like a Hail Mary, if so, because they had to put it in the bill, right? So it does say that a $0 tax stamp, if the other terms aren't agreed to. So somewhere I'm like, totally just kind of butchering the way that it's worded, but in the HPA that was approved by the House, I mean, we saw the votes, that was voted on by the House. It did pass, and in the form that it passed, it said, remove the $200 tax stamp, remove them from the NFA registry, and it would basically be treated as a firearm. Now, it still needs to go to the Senate, and it still has to go to Congress after that. Then it goes to the president's desk. We're probably looking at 2-3 months at least. Now, from what I've been told, they are going to be two things. One, I'll back up a little. Because this is a budgetary item that was voted on by the House and is moving forward to the Senate, because it is a tax related, technically a budgetary item. If I'm getting this wrong, please someone inform me. Because it's a budgetary item, a tax item, and it was already voted on and approved, and it won, they can't change it. They can't go back and say, oh no, we need to keep them in the registry, but whatever. They cannot change it at all. They can't change it.
There's a lot of things they can't do that they end up doing.
That's what I'm saying. They do all over the place.
All over the place. They're just doers.
Yeah. But 100%. Yeah, the registration is that is the encroachment. I would rather literally go to the gun shop and throw $200 in the air in all singles and then get my can and walk out.
Dude, I know tons of people who won't get a suppressor because there's a registry.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so me and my buddy were having this discussion today. He was like, oh, the price of them is going to drop drastically. And I was like, I think the price is going to go up because demand is going to go up. And
they will not be able to keep up production.
Yes.
Inventory will be like this for a long time.
For a long time, dude. You're going to be like, they're flying off. Like you guys thought they were flying off the shelves when the wait time got reduced. Yeah. Like these things are going to be like gone. Gun sales are going to go down for a little while because everyone's going to be buying suppressors like they're going out of style.
Yeah. And all those people that were like, I don't want to, the ATF can come knock on your door at any time and just walk in and say, feed me breakfast. Like the stuff that people think, like when you get a tax stamp, like is kind of ridiculous. But just so y'all know,
worry about that gun show loophole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I just want y'all to know, I would say I have a small stamp collection, and all of them were sent to me by the ATF. I don't collect any other stamps. And you want to know how many times they've reached out to me about any of my NFA items? Goose egg, 0 times. I also don't do like ridiculous illegal stuff.
I
or
have
anything
one
like that,
one stamp and one stamp only. I have one can. I got a multi-cal can. I was like, look, I don't want to be all over this thing, but if I'm gonna get one, I'm gonna get one that I can use on. And I can. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6, 7 guns that I can use my one can on.
Yeah.
And that to me was worth it. Like, really, I can use this on 6, 7 different platforms that I have. And
yeah, it is dope. I mean, I like the idea of that. A lot of the multi-cal cans, 46 cal cans, and so on are not really like my flavor. Like so I got 3 cans. I got a 5.56 can, a 308 can, and a 9mm can, and I've got The Gem 3, name that movie. So I got 3 cans, but I do need one of the micro 9mm cans, which I'm literally, man, I'm so close. If I can just raise $376.28 in the next, no, I'm kidding. But that is something that I plan on getting a can. Originally, I was looking at the Banish 9K, and then I found out that Silencer Central is the manufacturer of the Banish 9K, which is 4 inches long, 2.7 ounces light, and it is a great can. And
Man.
I'm never going to purchase it because Silencer Central is the manufacturer. So instead, I will be purchasing a. Did I just see Ting Ting? No, dang, I thought I saw Ting Ting. Hey, the range, G23Z, Putang, Garen Wilson, good to see y'all. Oh, how many screws and nuts will Keltec cans have on the
Oh
exterior?
God.
Dude, I hope it's a box.
They're gonna be
that's
made
polymer
out of straight like
erector set. Bro.
injection molded, cheap
Yes.
like plastic can.
$79.99.
The
That's
one time use can.
yeah, for real. I mean, dude, look, because of the whole supply and demand thing, like the world, the way it works. I agree with you. I do believe that this tidal wave of purchases are going to come through.
Yeah.
People are going to end up, and this is the crazy thing, people are going to end up having to wait longer to get their cans directly from a gun shop, a 1-day transaction, because they're going to have to wait months and months and months for manufacturers to cough up the products. They're just not going to be able to keep up.
I think we'll have an initial boom, and then once everyone has their cans, I think the price will drop then.
Yeah,
because it's gonna.
A bunch of companies will come out the woodwork too, though.
A bunch of companies will come out the woodwork because the restrictions on them are going to be, all you're going to need is an SOT to make them, which I'm sure an SOT can make cans anyway, or maybe sell them. I don't know. Can they sell in it?
Yeah. So a regular, like the ability to just sell guns as an O2, ability to manufacture is an 07. So that's why like an SOT is technically an 07, 02. So you can manufacture them and then log them and sell them.
Yeah, there will be cans galore. The initial boom, they'll stay high, maybe even go up higher because the gun stores will be like, someone's going to buy it for this for now.
Because it's all that's out there, So the range, I do agree. It says DLD, hold off, my brother. Cans will be a dime a dozen very soon and available hugely, bigly. Prices will crash huge. So I do agree with that. The particular can that I want is there's a program for like content creators and people that are gonna help them push the name of their stuff. Which it's an excellent company of the can that I want. It's a small 9mm 4.46 inch can. It's awesome.
The same can that I want.
Yeah, and it's basically like half off. So with no tax stamp and half off, it's a crazy deal. So what I'm planning on doing is grabbing that when I could scratch some extra scratch together, and then literally just talk to my FFL and be like, "Yo, can you sit on this for a few months?"
I know my FFL well, so hurry up and connect your boys because I'm gonna.
Yeah,
that thing will be sitting there on the shelf waiting for me.
Yeah. I'll get. Man, I'm wondering. With all this happening, I'm wondering if they're going to be like, "Yo, we don't even want any publicity. Please don't push us out there." You know what I mean? Because they're not going to need any help selling, right?
So then
I don't know. But
so then I'll pay you buy two, and then when it comes off the NFA, you can transfer it to me privately.
But I would never purchase it with the intention of selling it because that would be illegal.
Yeah, no, not the intention of, just maybe an inclination that possibly at some point you could because it's legal.
I would certainly never do anything illegal, but and actually, technically, between states, you can only do long gun transactions. But I will make sure you get connected with the company to lawfully procure the item of your desire. Civilized Shadow says, personally, feel the Short Act will affect far more people than the HPA. Of course, I agree. With cost and availability, we'll keep mufflers out of most while shorter barrels can be more available and have a larger audience.
Those are going to be changed the same day.
Yep, literally.
People
Especially,
ain't waiting 90 days. Like the pistol, people didn't
Yep.
buy into the pistol. As soon as they say it's
Yeah.
passed, people are doing swoop, swoop.
dude. And look, it's so ridiculous. It's like if you decrease your velocity, decrease your accuracy, decrease your stability, and make your gun look like it could be a little hidey, like you might be able to hide that thing under a trench coat, then you must register it with the Fed boys. It's
Because
like,
there's
bro,
no
what?
folding 16-inch polymer 9mm
Of
rifles out
No,
there, and
of
there's
course not.
no any other
Yeah.
gun that
It's stupid. It's so dumb, right? Like it doesn't even make sense. And that's why all the short barreled stuff is the hotness, right? But here's the other thing. When you get even like, okay, so right there, 11.5 Super Duty with a can, that thing is about 16 inches, right? Like I'm running basically the equivalent of a full size. It's almost exactly like 16 and some change. It is, I mean, it's basically a full size rifle, so it's just kind of dumb. But oh man, and the 2 stamp guns would be a thing of the past. But to bring it back to factual information, right now they cannot remove the Hearing Protection Act from the bill as it sits. Okay, it is budgetary. It has been voted on. It has gone past the House, so it's going to the Senate. Now they could add things. For an example, the Short Act. So that could be something that's added. And I agree. I think, man, game changer, immediate game changer. If anyone could build anything they desire,
should have named it the Midget Act, because then they would think that it's some type of like
Little Person Act.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a person though, but
no, the Midget Act would have been better, because they're so like, oh, we must vote for midgets.
We must protect the midgets.
We must protect the midgets.
Call it the Teensy Tiny Act or something like that. Yeah, I mean the Princess Act. We should have called it like the Gay Rights Act, and then make it about
make it all about abolishing everything in the NFL.
Yeah, for real. So we're gonna talk about trans rights. We're removing everything,
transitioning our pistols to SVRs,
and also all of these machine guns need to be removed from the registry. Dude, and this is the crazy thing. As they're going through, I mean, I'm literally sitting here watching like 10 hours of these idiots just like babble. I can't believe that we need to meet in the dead tonight. Do you know how many times y'all did this? Where y'all were meeting in the
billionaires and the billionaires, and it's always the billion, and the Medicaid people are not going to Medicate anymore, and they're not going to also have be able to buy Doritos on the government paychecks.
What about nutrition? Hold up, bro. You can buy candy, soda, and a bunch of trash through Snap. It don't say nutrition, and this is how they wordplay. By the way, I am a certified NLP practitioner, so I know how these fools use it. You can watch them. The way that they.
How much cough syrup do you think was used for recreational purposes that were paid for by Snap?
Straight up, like I could only imagine the things where you get dude. It used to be like straight approve and disapprove. Like they would be like, yeah, you can't get that with these, until it became just swipe. It's like groceries, swipe. But I don't know anything about. Honestly, I should be on Snap for real. My income has decreased significantly over the past couple of years.
I think at one point we tried to get my wife on Snap and all that, and then it was like, "Oh, you're married," and I was like.
Yeah, is your husband has to leave the home to be approved for Snap?
Yes, literally.
Like
you stay at home, and then the other one is like, oh, you would get this big tax break if your wife went to work, and it was like, so staying at home, we get punished for staying at home and raising our own kids.
Yes, you do. You have to have. They called it like ability to work. It's actually like social interaction and engagement, because even if you're if you're working, you could get Snap. If you are volunteering, you could get Snap. if you go to school, you could get SNAP. And get this, if you're in rehab, you can get SNAP. Like that's great. Well, unless you have a husband at home that works. Dang, she all right? Sounds like she needs some backup, bro. Yeah, go ahead, handle that. That if you guys know, that when a mother makes that sound, stop. When everything sounds like it has an A in it, stop. You better not. Yeah, just don't mess with moms. Um. Anyway, DB Cooper, Vulcan Rumble, good to see you guys, man. Appreciate y'all. Um, yeah, so going back to what we were saying, because the HPA is some form of like budgetary treasury, or whatever you want to call it, and it was already negotiated, voted on, and approved, and now it's moving forward. They can't take it out. They can't remove it now. So that whole $0 tax stamp was just a like a what do you call it? Like a safety net, just in case it didn't pass. But it did. It passed through the House. But things can be added, and like the short act. And I'm just hoping and praying that the short act is added because, like the other viewer had mentioned, the short act would be massive. Dude, if I could throw, my 11.5 or 10.3 with a B5 stock on it with a can just in the trunk, bro. That thing is gonna be nasty. Oh, also, dude, the little micro PDWs, the 9mm. Oh, the MP5 with the vertical grip. Yo,
The vertical grips to me are more important than the stock itself.
Yeah, but imagine this. Okay, so right now I got an MP5K, the MP5 SD. Yo, I could throw a stock on that MP5 SD. No problem.
That tail hook is coming off the KP9.
Yeah, hey, throw it this way. Is it the compact or the standard?
It's the standard.
Okay, it's the bigger one. It's like the
It's like just like this.
Yeah, it's what's that thing that people used to do? Like
this is the church. This is the steeple.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, that's right. I was like, what was that thing? Yeah, it doesn't work like that in 4K. Anyway, yeah. Think like the little B&T TP9s. Just the dope stuff, bro. I am immediately going to put an MP5 Safety Harbor Firearms compact entry stock, KES, super affordable. That thing is telescoping, closes down, it only adds a couple inches to the back, and the vertical grip on that thing, oof.
Clint Eastwood said, Dark, what light do you recommend if no full top rail for but have M-lock? I would recommend the Goon Beam. Always.
Goon
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can get any Scout mount that mounts to M-lock and attach it to it.
That's actually just like Frederick Donegan is saying. That's actually literally right there.
Yeah,
that is on
M-lock.
Yep. So it's like an $18 M-lock mount, and I think that may actually be the only gun up there because I took down my primary, put that chrome AK. How about that chrome and plum Draco right there? Ooh, let me tickle it. Anyway, if you look here, that is a little $18 Magpul Scout light mount, and it goes into the Magpul at your 3 o'clock, but then it comes up, right? And then you can screw the Goon Beam into.
You can get the
mount.
Arasaka ones.
Arasaka,
I have one that I'm not going to be using anymore, Clint. If you're interested in procuring it off me, it is the Bobro. If you look up Bobro Scout Light mount,
that thing is dope.
Oh, it's so good. But I had to order the 1913 one because the gun I'm putting it on now, the rails have 1913 at the end of the rail. So I need the 1913 one. So the M-lock one that I have, and they're not cheap. They're like $80-$90.
Yeah.
But they are worth it because you can swivel it and everything. If you put a laser next to it, you can swivel it out. It's pretty sick.
You can pull it all the way in against the rail and tighten it. I was looking at that when you got it. I was like, dang, that's pretty fire. Do a super safety on it as well. I got one on my MP5 SD right now. Lots of fun. So I actually, I got to be honest, I was super tempted, but I don't know. I got so many other, like I got a FRT on something else. I got binaries on some other stuff. I may keep the SD semi. Is that because it may be like my like go-to trunk gun, and I don't know. It would be kind of dope just to burn some rounds to that
They
thing.
got
Here's the issue, though.
the one that Arturus is selling, the Arturus Super Selector. That
What is
one.
it?
So it's just like the Super Safety, but it's a
Uh,
selector switch, 3
Really?
position. Yeah, that's the one, and it's
Mm.
only $200.
And it's AR AR
It's an
compatible.
AR safety.
So I'm
with
wondering
the
if
little bar on the inside.
yeah. I mean that would be dope if see, I'd have to get the new lower. I'd have to get the super safe FRT kind of thing, whatever, and then get one of the slips to trip the sear, which you can actually print those. I was actually considering printing them and then selling them on DLD hardware with all the other like stuff that I sell on there. By the way, that's all the that's where all the merch is. Bro, I went out today wearing the shirt, the one that says Thuga Vermin Didn't 11. And there were a few people that just looked at my shirt and they were like they just couldn't get it. Because I could tell, dude, if they got it, they'd be like, what? Like I mean, their eyes would have bugged out their head, you know. But that shirt is on there. Also, the shirt with the lazy roofer is on there. The backpacks, every lazy roofer you could think of. Which that, for y'all that don't know, that is the first ATF agent that was capped at Waco. Which I honestly believe, after watching the video, was fracture side, green on green, blue on blue, whatever you want to call it. So I would actually like to pull something up. As I mentioned to you guys, a good friend of ours, Frag Out Design Studios, is offloading his inventory, and this is what your boy picked up. Right, I'm saying, dude.
So you want to
Look,
trade? You want to trade the M&P metal carry comp for it?
absolutely not, dude. That thing is you can't, bro.
Gorgeous.
Look at it. I mean, that thing is insane, dog. And
I'm picking up one tomorrow.
I know. And you're the moment it's in your hands, you're like, okay, that's why he didn't want to trade, dude. Okay, so this, all right.
Wow.
When these guys, every single dude at the shop, even the chick Bridget, which by the way, Bridget, I think you're like super cute. How old's your boy? Anyway, every single person at the gun shop was like,
do you tell her that when you're in the store?
Usually not when I'm there, just because, you know, that'd be probably a little awkward. Like, hello, I think you're sexually attractive, and every time I see
you could say it like a little smoother. You know, you could put some Denzel in there.
I can put some game on it, but there's added
put some game on it.
complications that I probably wouldn't publicly speak about. I can say,
Oh, like her boyfriend works at this store.
No, not that. Something even more complicated. No, it's
Her
look.
dad's the owner.
I'm not technically out of my marriage yet, so me commenting on someone saying this girl's attractive is
Do
one
you
thing.
always wave to her with your left hand, like, "Hi,
I don't wave to her with my hand at all, but I wave to her every time I see her.
hi"?
You know that little thing where it's like, I'm just kidding. All right, let me stop. All right, so
Hey.
yeah, I mean, you know, she's cute. Anyway, so this thing, and some of those guys watch my show, so I should shut my mouth. Anyway,
Guys, hook Dark up. If you're watching this show,
I can't, not yet, bro. Not
hook
yet.
him up with what's her name? Kitten?
Kitten. Yeah, her name's Kitten.
Kitten.
Yeah. Okay. He said, nah, she knows. Definitely. Everyone was looking at this
Glock
thing.
17. Kitten.
Hell yeah, brother. The stipple job is nasty. All right, so Red Dawn and I were talking about this today. I have never grabbed a gun that was laser stippled and been like, whoa, right? Like it just doesn't feel like that. Like,
It usually feels slick.
yeah, it's like it doesn't add anything. Whatever he did with like the 3-dimensional different height stuff on the grip and then the little
Sick.
tackiness of where your fingers wrap around and on the other side, dude, it's so fire. Every single person was like you should have seen the dude's face when I first got it. He was like, "What is it?" I was like, "It's a Glock 17." He's like, "Okay, cool." So he grabs a normal Glock box, walks over, we get the computer and all that, and he's like, "All right, so Glock 17." He's like, "Whoa." Like blown away. Every single person in the shop was walking up like, "Oh my goodness," like just blown away at the work. So it had the little receipt in there that said $400. And he was like, hold on, all of this work only cost you $400? I was like, bro, that was the cost for the gun and all the work done to it. He's like, what's the website? Like the prices on there are insane. I just want to say, like, for an opportunity to get stuff at a at a crazy price.
He added
Out.
some 22 long rifle.
He
I
did.
think they're lever guns.
So those, I don't know if both of those are still the I think those are the pumps. He added a 22 revolver, and it was
Ooh.
gone like that. And
Oh,
the
I
same
bet.
dude that bought the revolver, I hit him up and I was like, dude, did you know it says out of stock? He's like, yeah, it's sold right away. And he said actually the dude that bought that also bought a one of the lever guns.
Jeez.
So and those were like what, two something, $299.
Which
Dude,
ones?
the 22 lever guns,
Oh,
those
the
were
22
crazy
ones,
cheap. Maybe even less. He had Glocks for 400 like this. He had there's a 48 for 325. There's a 43X for about the same price. There's
the
the
Glock
21.
21, the
Yes,
Glock 30.
for less than what I got the law enforcement trade-in for.
Either a 22 or a 23.
Oh, and the Gen 526 for like
Yeah.
$379. Gen 526 for $379 with the laser stippling. It's crazy. So just go check it out, y'all, because he's trying to get through all of his inventory to fund the restructuring of Frag Out Design Studios.
And
He
say a
said,
prayer
no,
for
he's not
Frag Out,
going
man.
anywhere.
Keep Frag Out in your prayers, man, because we want Frag Out to come back swinging.
Yeah, and he did say he's not going anywhere. He's not disappearing. He's not. He's good. But just as you're restructuring a company and completely, it's a lot, man, and it's stressful. So just like Red Dawn said, keep him in your prayers and do what we can to support him. And I know everyone is struggling right now. Everyone's hurting right now.
Garen
Frankly,
Wilson asks, how's Wired Tight doing? It's doing good.
Yeah, doing good. I talked to him not that long ago. I haven't really seen him active on like streams and stuff, but I talked to him a few days ago, actually.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back to streams for a while. I think he's focusing on some stuff he's doing in life.
Yeah,
and that's what he wants to do, and we support him. So
for sure, we're working on it. And there's also another thing to keep in mind. And thank you for asking about Wired Tight, by the way. Yeah, so keep in mind the is he still taking on new work? I don't think he is, man. I don't think he might be, but he might not be set up because I mean he's literally still building out his shop and completely restructuring his company because so Frag Out doesn't only just do this. He has Frag Out Design Studios and then Frag Out Firearms, right? So Frag Out Design Studios is a place where he literally sells the like hand-drawn laser engraving files for people that are doing engraving. And he's done an album artwork for Ice Cube. He's done skateboards for Tony Hawk. He's done like a whole bunch of stuff for celebrities.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude. He's
I would hit him up though. I mean, you might be able to like get one of your slides done or something that's not transferable. He might still be taking transferable items. I don't know, but
And he
might as
can't
well hit him up.
Cerakote right now. So if you're like
Gotcha.
me and you like to paint on your own, like so that whole frag out upper and lower right there came raw aluminum stripped. So I literally built it out, painted the
Raw
whole
dogged
thing,
it.
coated it. Yeah, man. And I mean, I'm sure he'd
Rest
be
in
willing to
peace,
do
Jonah.
that. Yeah, man. R.I.P. Jonah, man. I miss him, dude.
Me
Every
too.
time I think of something like, oh, I need to hit up. Man, I actually had a sad moment the other day. So I came across some of my old music, and I hit you up. I shared some of it with you, and
I was enjoying it.
I appreciate that, man. Did you actually like it?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, a lot.
That's crazy, man. That's
I was
crazy.
vibing to it for a couple hours.
Dang, that's nuts, dude. So I was listening to some of my old music. I've told some of y'all that back in the day I made some music, and I just came across it, and I started listening to it, and I was like, oh, dude, I got to hit up my boy about this. And I was like, oh, he's dead. It's like, who would appreciate this though? His girl. And I was like, oh, she's dead, both from overdoses. And I was like, oh, my boy would appreciate this in jail, right? It's like everyone from back in the day, and this is why I like addiction, opiate addiction, all that. It's so
DLD can
serious,
flow,
right?
y'all.
Dang.
DLD the Destroyer, 2A Enjoyer.
Don't get me jumping into a freestyle here. I'll crush it.
You'll crush it.
Dude, it's funny because like that was like the thing back in the day, but there's also so many other elements to it, like it was going out, it was drinking, it was drugs, it was I mean, I don't know if you came across the song. We literally have an entire song about drugs. Like it is
I think you showed me that
terrible.
one time.
It's like the whole hook is like, tell me what you need, tell me, right? And just to give an example, I was like, I need Klonopin, Dilaudid's in a bottle and a lot of them. I crush them up and swallow them. A pile of Suboxone and I'm popping them. Drop to my esophagus, dissolve it quick. It's obvious. Like it was like
Homie can flow, y'all. Homie
it
can
was
flow, y'all.
it was pretty, but it was bad. And it's like it was like I was like, I'm itching. Rashes from scratching at the patches, batting my lashes so effed up I'm laughing backwards. And you hear like ep, 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 like laughing but backwards. It's cool. It's yeah, dang.
What's up,
Kurt,
Kurt24?
there he is. Pump it.
Good to see you, Rip Crew.
Rip. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Anyway, I'm sorry. We don't need to do the whole like. Remember when I was captain of the varsity football,
Basketball, actually.
Yeah, remember when? Yeah, you know what? I'll do this. Okay, so someone actually had asked something about what I looked like when I was
I say we put Dark on the stage at goals.
DLDers, mount up. Oh, thank you. Let me see. Who did I send it to? Oh, I remember who I sent it to. Hold up. So I'm gonna show y'all a picture of what I used to look like. It's just too funny. I don't want to show him. That's not fair to show.
DJ Darky Dark.
DJ Darky Dark.
I think I used to call him that all the time when I first met him, was Darky Dark. Whoa.
Yeah, right. And I don't know if you can see that bulge on my hip right there. You know what I'm saying?
Is that the Nautica polo?
That's Carl Kanai.
Oh, Carl
You know what I'm
Kanai.
saying? But it's funny because I know I used to raw dog a Glock back then, and look, just for like an idea of time, look at my cell phone. Okay, that thing is on a clip on the outside in like the external pocket right there. Look at that. Lit.
You got that cartel mustache going on.
Dude, we look at this. This one was from the Pimps and Hoes party.
Ding. Oh yes, you got the cup, the pimp cup.
Yeah, man. Old school. It's so crazy to like look back that far and be like, whoa, that's crazy.
It is, bro.
Anyway, my bad. I'm probably losing a gang of viewers. South Pole, dude, you know me too well. Echo
Yeah,
South
I used to
Pole,
rock the South Pole hard. Echo South Pole.
Paco jeans. You remember Paco
Yeah,
jeans?
I didn't rock Pacos though.
I didn't rock Paco. Those are the essays.
Nah.
Yeah.
I
What
rock
else?
Sean John though, because Sean John was like new to the market. I used to rock Sean John. Sean John jeans were awesome.
Yeah, I didn't do the Sean John Stifler, brother. Good to see you, man.
I never touched Rockaware, none of that stuff. No.
No,
Nah.
I mean, I used to wear like Tommy shirts back in the day, but
Yep.
I only got a couple. Though, dude, I remember the first time I got a Tommy shirt, and it was like $29, and I was like, oh, I'm wealthy, you know. But it's funny because I was thinking about like what I carried back then, and the dude that I was with was carrying an SR9. No, actually, at that time he was carrying a P95, and that's when we learned about
Sup,
when
Jersky?
you Drew. Good to see you, bud. Happy belated birthday, by the
Happy
way.
birthday, Drew.
So like that was when we learned that sometimes when you draw a Ruger with that rocking style magazine release, that the magazine comes out when you push out. Because if as it swipes out of your holster or pants or whatever, it can rock in, and if you do that, you could lean with it and rock with it.
Heard Wilson. I got attacked by a flock of geese in high school.
What? So now, because we're talking about back in the day, people started thinking about back in the
Yeah.
day, and now, yeah, I see. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you won the fight. You know, that's a tough one. DLD After Dark, good news. We ran our redo of our 17 at the range, 500 rounds, 3 different frames, P80, SCT, and OEM, ported and standard barrel, like butter. So production has begun. Nice, man.
Nice,
Heck yeah,
bro. That's
Stifler.
sick.
And I heard a rumor that if you were to try, you could try to type in at checkout on Stifler Manufacturing code DARK. That's Delta Alpha Romeo Kilo.
Or Red Dawn.
Or Red Dawn, that's right. And you may get a little something off your something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you did?
And got mauled by some cats. Yes, cats. I got a cousin that got bit very badly by multiple squirrels, and he had to get the entire rabies series. If you've ever had to get the rabies series of shots, raise your hand.
No.
No.
Rabies
Okay.
shots for a dog.
Yeah. No, like if you got bit by an animal with rabies.
There's no rabies shot. It's
no, it's a series. It's a series of multiple shots, and I can
I
attest
thought
to
it
that.
was just the
There's a rabies vaccine, but if a human is bitten by an animal, and it's unclear if they A, don't have their vaccine, or B, refuse to show proof and are litigious, like in my situation, or there's no way to confirm if the animal
what's the
is
shot when you
rabid.
get like cut with something rusty?
Oh, bro, that's tetanus.
I thought that's all they had was for rabies was tetanus.
No. Rabies is its own series. They used to actually do the shots in your stomach with like a 7-inch long needle. It was disgusting. But luckily, when I was going through that process, I got bit by a junkyard dog. And the people refused to show the dog, show the vaccines, show anything. I don't think the dog had anything. And my brother's likely listening right now. So he's like, oh, yeah, I remember that. And I just remember hearing, like, because my cousin had to get the series of shots in his stomach, and I was like, oh yeah, you get lockjaw, fear of water, all that. You cannot drink water when you have rabies.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy.
You're like 28 days later a zombie.
Yeah, it used to be in the guts, but when I went in, and I was terrified that I was going to have to get the rabies shots like in the stomach, I remember the nurse came in and she was like, no, you don't have to get them in the stomach anymore. We have a new process. It's completely changed. I was like, thank God, like maybe just shots in my shoulder. No, they were like, now we do it directly in the wound. I was like, oh, bro. So I had to go back.
My stomach's available.
Yeah. My stomach has suddenly become available. Honestly, I'd rather do it in the wound, for real. because and they don't numb it, they don't do anything. It's like I had 3 puncture wounds from the dog's canines. It was pretty bad.
I got bit by a shepherd, and I just never. I don't like to go anywhere, bro. It's like unless it's broken or I'm like can't get up. I am for sure not going.
Have you ever been bitten by a junkyard dog?
No, I got bit by a German Shepherd male that bit my arm here, and it
was like a pet, like someone's dog?
Yeah, my boy's dog.
Okay, as long as you know it's not, and that's
but a junkyard dog, yeah.
Well, any if you can't confirm. Right, like if it was a pet, I would have been like, oh, whatever. I'll just puncture wounds. The trippy thing about puncture wounds too is that they take a minute to bleed, right?
Yeah. Well,
so you just feel like
pressure. You see just straight white.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, that's weird. I thought that. It's just like leaking. Not to, and I'm not trying to, dude. Getting bit by any large dog like that is brutal. Like. Sucks. Did he get you and like shake it all?
Oh no, I'm super fast. He couldn't even close on me. I got like a big chunk of. I was gone. Yeah, I was out. Doors closed on him. Scooted and boogied on him. Drew asks, a 9mm PCC or a 5.7mm pistol, like a handgun style pistol?
Hold on, did I miss? Hold on, 9mm PCC. Or 5.7 pistol. I'll be straight up, man.
Application.
Yeah, but I would in most applications, unless I'm like hunting raccoons, I'm gonna go 9mm. If we're talking human-sized silhouettes, 9mm for knockdown power.
Yeah.
5.7 is ouchy, but it's just not human size. I mean,
they make so many 9mm rounds now that it's like it's kind of if you could load that with really good defense ammo.
Yeah.
Eesh.
But I would never want to be on the receiving end of a 5.7 either.
No. That's
pretty brutal.
Or a 17 HMR or a 22 long rifle or
a 22 yeah, nothing. I want to be airsoft hurts, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
But airsoft is
32 ACPs with my bare hands though.
Oh yeah, they won't even go through leather jackets, dude.
Nah, like
yeah, that's why the entire,
the magic bullet catch, the magician trick. I invented that.
The one the JFK did
from the driver.
Yes,
I think the driver got him, bro. And apparently, from what I've heard, it wasn't like an exploding round. That's why it went like
back into the left.
Yeah,
back into the left.
He did one of these, doom, and that's why Jackie tried to. She was like, "Get me out of this bitch!
Put it back on.
Like, I'm not going any farther with y'all. You just shot him.
Put that hat back on, young man. What are you doing?" 5.7 will go some 5.7 will go through soft armor, which definitely is. See, I think the availability of hard plates is like is definitely a thing now. Like shot placement.
Is anybody interested in some steel plates?
They might be. I mean, they could just be had like for
extras.
I'm just cheap nowadays.
I'll give them up ultra cheap.
What kind of plates are we talking?
Level 3A plus.
3A plus or 3 plus? Rifle plates?
Oh yeah. I know the ones I have stopped to like 50 something green tips.
Yeah, so that's 3. So it's funny because this is actually kind of a common confusion. 3A is the soft
3A is the pistol
armor.
And like helmets.
Yeah. But level 3 is
3 plus is what it is then.
Okay, so it's like level 3 but a little stronger. But it doesn't technically have a SAMI.
It stops like 7.62. I think it stops 30 at 6 actually.
Dang.
But not armor piercing. So level 4 has to stop
AP 30 at 6.
30 at 6.
I heard that some 5.56 A1 had become available.
Yeah.
Man, I'm tempted.
Yep.
5-7 does have the advantage of draining your bank account.
Yes, it does. It does.
Looks good to me. The thing that sucks is like, oh, that is dope. Yeah, that's dope. So this is what Drewski had just sent.
Oh yeah, that thing's sick.
9 milli, 9 milli, 9
Is that a
milli.
folder on there?
That's a folder with the SBA 5 with, you see what's on top of that thing?
Yeah, the SLX1X micro prism. Yeah, with the Enforce light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice can on that thing.
Law folder. I just painted my 300 blackout today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What color did you paint it?
All brown. Solid brown.
Oh, nice. I like brown.
Me too.
It's kind of
looks good. I have the gold bolt carrier in there. It looks real slick and nice.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, primary and secondary.
Oh,
you good?
I mean, yeah, I'm good.
So what? Out of everything that you have currently, what's your go-to primary and secondary? If you were like loading up like full kit.
Man, I got 3 rifles that I'd choose from. Like, depending on what message I got leading up to this, get your full kit on.
Let's call it like mostly suburban urban kind of thing. You're probably not going to be out in the wilderness reconning.
Okay, if I'm going with plates, I'm taking my Super Rooster. If I'm going with a chest rig, I'm taking the Geisley because I want to keep things at distance with the 10X. But if I'm going like plates,
we need to describe to everyone what those guns are.
So they're both 13.9s. They're 13.9s pin and welded, of course. And they're
I was Bruno
over
bars.
16 inches, of course, because that's what we have to do until these laws pass.
Yeah.
And
my bad. Bruno Bars, welcome. I was into EDU's chat. So was Red Dawn over here. So thanks for coming in and hanging out. How in the world did you find me? But thank you.
Right. Good to see you, Bruno Bars. I saw you over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a 13.9. I have a suppressor attachment, so I can run it or can choose not to run it. I'd be running, the Romeo 4XT Pro and a magnifier on one, and the other one has a 1 to 10X with an aim point acro on top. Has a little, the SMS laser with the goon beam. The red dot and magnifier setup has only a goon beam, but it's so light that if I'm running plates, I want the lightest capable rifle I can. That should be good out to 400 or 500 yards. And I'd be going light. So it just depends on like where I'm headed for this load up. Either way, I'm taking probably my Glock 45 with the Radian. Most likely that's going on me.
Not the 47? Not the 47?
So hard to decide.
I know. It is. Well, let me ask you this. Okay, so let's say
I might go with the 47, honestly. I think the 47 is like, if I'm doing battle, I don't think I want to comp. I don't want a chance that all of a sudden my spring is weakening and
you need a tool to
or someone throws me a mag and that ammo that they have is weak and now my gun's not cycling. So like 47, I know it's just gonna run. I'm getting more velocity, so I probably would go with the 47.
Dude, that little half inch of a difference is not that much, right? But with when you're talking half inch of a difference in a sidearm in 9 mil, dude, it's worth it. It's worth the additional.
I'd probably take the slide off the 45 and throw it on my 19 and throw my 19 in the bag, my Gen 5 19, and then I can if something went down, I have that, and I could also conceal that. And
so what if we're talking
my backpack and all that? So
sorry, my bad. I talked over you. Say that last part again.
like I'd have a concealed holster in my pack with another Glock back there.
Gotcha.
In case I have to strip everything and just go concealed and act like I've been chilling at, somebody's house.
That's what I was going to ask you. If you had to go straight up civilian, like not in full kit, no gun belt, no plate carrier, no chest rig, no nothing, how would you kind of set yourself up to protect yourself? But also, like, do you have like slick armor you can wear like under, like, how would you go super low profile but still equip yourself? And this is, by the way, just before you answer, this is a super important thing because, like,
For sure.
we always talk about like SHTF and if something crazy happens. Good night, G23. If something crazy happens, like, probably the absolute last thing that we want to do is put on full kit and full multicam and go out and like just like look for
It's a
trouble.
pretty rare circumstance as well that
Yeah.
you would actually need it for.
But if you're squadding up with the homies, then
let's see, if we're rolling with the homies and we're just like going into town, I think we're good with all pistols. Like if there's 5 of us, I think we're good, because unless we're assaulting this town, then I think
never know.
we're good with all 5 of us knowing how to operate together with pistols on and extra mags in your pockets. Yeah, like we'd have long guns stashed outside to a fallback location, but depending on what level of security is this town, or is it like you're being checked as you come in as what? Because maybe we're not going to town,
Yeah.
So
a lot of times, like in the we read through the what's his name? I always forget his name. Somebody remind me. What the stories of the post Civil War Bosnia. Post Civil War Bosnia.
Yep.
Dude, the stories there are nuts, and they would actually have these like they'd call it like the market, right? It'd basically be going to the store, but it's where people come together to trade, exchange, and sell stuff. And
if I was going with some type of short PDW, I'd either have my 300 blackout either in a backpack or slung around me with like something over it. With a 1-point sling, we're going 1-point slings for these situations, and or my KP9, because I can have that stock folded and still shoot.
Yeah.
The 300 blackout, I have to open it and then shoot. But
hey, Steve Whoop, good to see you.
I mean, there's options on the table. It's just it's so situational dependent, that you should have things to be able to, play with these ideas and come up with different concepts for what you could do in this situation and what you could do in that situation. And but overall, I always feel competent with my pistol. I feel very good with my pistol. I think everyone should feel that level of confidence for multiple attackers and being able to move, being able to take cover, being able to run, being able to your fitness is for sure your most important thing that you have.
For sure.
Without a doubt.
The ability to run.
The ability to run and hide and get back up and run again.
Yeah, dude. And do that 12 times. Like next time you go to an outdoor range, literally just it's extremely difficult.
Do it dry firing.
Yeah.
Dry fire, click, charge the rifle, take a knee, click, charge the rifle, then go to a seated, take that back leg, swing it out, go to a seated position, fire, charge it,
roll
then
around, go prone.
Yep. Then do the whole thing in reverse and do that 10 times and tell me you're not like
smoke. Yeah, dude, that's honestly
and
that
do
was
it with
like,
plates on.
Yeah, that was one of the things that was just like, you're not in shape and you need to be getting into this. Is me talking to myself.
I have a short where I was doing that on my short where I was dry firing, and the other one is like you're taking a knee and you stick one leg out and slide behind a piece of cover and be able to slide back on a knee, fire and slide back. Like all those movements are some dude with a horrible, M&P 22 would dust you if he can move. If he can move, because if you can't move, you are a stagnant target. And if that dude can freaking move and he's got the jump, movement is life, movement is life.
Yeah, no, that's super important. And I think getting in shape and being able to shoot, move, communicate, and if you got to jump on the ground, lay prone, roll around, pop out of cover, push out, fire off rounds, come back, clear a malfunction, you do that a dozen times, it's hard, man.
And some of the best too is like just being able to shoot and walk forward and walk backwards. Shoot out, reload, fire, walking backwards.
And your footwork.
Maybe walking backwards on an angle to behind cover.
Dude, if anyone out there has access to a shoot house, if you could go do a shoot house with Sims for like an hour, bro, you'd be smoked if you if you're not in decent shape, so that's another reason why I'm working on, and I'm down another 1.5 pounds, bro. I'm getting there. So I'm working on that. And I got a text from my brother. It says Zombieland rule number 1, cardio. Very true. Very true.
Rule
so
number 2, double tap.
Yeah, that's also very important. So for me personally, I think it is important to kind of have different set. Like you said, it depends on what call did you get, what's going on. Do you need to literally go assault something, or is it just like whatever it may be? The mission is going to dictate the gear and equipment, right? So many times, like a lot of us just kind of copy whatever high speed stuff we see on the internet or on TV, movie, like whatever. But the reason most of these super high speed dudes have a chest rig with a placard with 3 mags is because they got air support and 12 dudes and grenades and
but I'm gonna be honest. There are times in my training that I feel I'm gonna be better for a shorter amount of time than suck for a longer amount of time.
For
carrying a lot of stuff, like
it sucks.
And do you want to like be this ogre that can't move and you got all the ammo and you're the loot drop, or would you rather have stuff stored in, like I think a small, and you've seen my small chest rig, the one with the 3 mags, and then I can actually hold 5, so then I'd have 6 with one in the gun, and I could put some in my pockets. If I'm running a gun belt, I could run 2 more, 4 more actually on my gun belt if I want to. So that goes from 5 to 9 to more. So like even that's a good amount. Like that's a solid amount.
Medical pistol mags.
Yep.
But I'm getting 75cc mini bike with 2.75 inch rockets. Dude, do it up, man. Bro, another great thing to have on hand is a 37mm launcher. Just because you never know. And if rules and laws did not exist, then you can make whatever you want. But that's
Fluffy. I suggest this for everybody. This is my goal as I get older. I have some guys that I train with who are older. You got to have the young lions around, man. You got to have them on the squad and build up just a small little team of guys who are friends. And the young lions always need more advice. Like they need the old lions, and the old lions need the young lions. And
and no one on a squad is the same age. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely important to have the old heads with the young dudes, and I think that's a good balance of wisdom. And like I'm about to be 40 now, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
I'm not really considered a young lion like I used to be.
Not as much of a young, but also when I was a super young lion, I wasn't ready, like as far as like mindset for that.
I think I would have been if I would have been introduced to it. Because I was like just a monster in the training department. All I did was live, breathe, sleep, fitness, and cold plunges and therapies. And
Eric Stockbridge says, I'm an old lion too. I can cook,
Nice.
You know what? That will be a necessity. But yeah, I think it's important to have different setups for different situations. And one of the things, even though steel plates are not the best, you know, they're not the optimal choice for most situations, uh, really any. One of the things I think that they are good for
The
is that
young
they're
lion.
the young lion.
Young Red Dawn.
What happened to you? I'm just kidding.
Fatherhood. Fatherhood.
Yeah,
Fatherhood got to me a little bit.
the world. You know, the world just ruins everything. You
It's
know.
tough. It's tough. I
Um,
mean, when you live in the gym for 2+ hours every day, it's amazing. And you know what? Even if you're older, like I know older dudes who are crazy fit. Like
yeah,
it's
I know older
just
dudes that'll smoke me. You know, and even for a big dude, I can move, man. Trust.
Mhm.
You know.
And so it's really just you got to put the time in. Consistency is key to everything in life.
Yeah. Um, so I think having multiple sets for like if you're literally gonna like suit up and full kit go, you know, achieve a particular objective based on whatever mission. Obviously, the equipment is going to be based on whatever you need to do. But like you said, having you know, a set of armor or even multiple sets of armor, and then just having chest rigs or you know, different types of chest rigs, some that are low pro, low vis, some that are, you know, larger and more capable, like the Nizumi. I mean, it depends on what the needs are, right? But
Mhm.
also having a low pro, low vis, slick loadout. So for the armor, I got these plates back in the day. I still got them. They were like $89 at the time. They're like 189, but they're the CATI plates that are like curved up on the chest,
Yeah.
right? And curved at the bottom. So they
Sick.
like fit around you just like literally perfectly. They're shaped exactly like a male body is. And when you so I got the Scorpion tactical gear like $35. It's probably way more now. The
I got to get some of
$35.
that stuff. I really got to prioritize getting some soft armor. Scorpion Tactical's great prices.
Well, so I didn't get it's just their carrier, but and they do
Oh, okay.
make good armor,
They
but
do.
it's what I did is I got their carrier for like $35, and then instead of putting the 10 by 12 soft armor in there, I put the contoured hard plates in there, and I could literally throw a t-shirt over it and you could barely tell that I had
That's
rifle
sick.
protection under there. Now, like a hoodie would be a little bit better, especially with the hood back, because when for guys out there that have worn plates, the thing you can kind of
Mhm.
obscure the front right there, but the thing that like no one can obscure is the pop in the
Top.
back, right? So
Yep.
having that hood back there is perfect. But a poncho is great for a bunch of different things.
Yep.
um but man, I love the idea. I don't know. I'm obsessed with the idea of literally slinging up like an MP5 on a single point and throwing a poncho on. Like, all right, let's get it. You know, you can
Yeah.
shoot through your poncho if you need to,
I can do
whatever you
that
need
with
to
the
do.
KP9 pretty solid.
Yeah, KP9 is perfect. Or even like the Draco, Chrome
Yep.
Draco. I'll sling that, whatever I need to, depending on the target and what I need. Hey, Skywalker, good to see you, bro.
Steve Whoop says 45 minutes should be enough in the gym. So real quick, if you do a 15 to 20 minute warm up and a 15 to 20 minute cool down, that's 40 minutes. So your whole workout is
Oh,
in between there. And if you work out for a solid hour, that turns into 2 hours really quickly. And I'm going to be honest with you.
you play
If you
basketball in there or
and,
something,
and you play basketball
dude?
and you
There
hit a
was the
steam
time.
room or a cold plunge, but
Yeah, yeah.
I would say if you're not in great shape, you should do a warm up and a cool down, and that is your workout. And there's some like intense warm ups and intense cool downs, but taking care of your body, you can gain strength in that. I'm not saying like
Yeah.
only do that, but you build in strength, endurance, and stuff in those warm ups. But taking care of your body is the most important thing of fitness. not adding injuries and imbalances to your body
Yeah.
is very important. If you have a bad back, you don't want to be like, okay, I got 45 minutes and I'm going to go do all this stuff. And now your back hurts for 2 days after, because that's not good. Right. So like your whole routine has to be built around making your body feel good, because you want to be able to do this multiple days in a row for your life. Garen Wilson, I'm also 37.
You increase your capabilities, you know, like the other thing is like a machine that doesn't move will start to rust, right? A machine that doesn't move will start to have misfires. So the more that you are a machine, right? The more that you move as a machine. Like when I started doing, dude, I felt like every single day my knees hurt, my back hurts, my this hurts, my that hurts. Dude, when I started doing the weighted jump rope thing,
hurt at first,
hurt, yeah, for sure. It was super uncomfortable. 2 days later, it was like, dude, I feel different. 10 minutes a day.
There's this stuff in your joints, especially your knees and your elbows, because they're pivot joints, but it's called synovial fluid. And it's actually in your whole body. It's in your organs. It goes around your organs and your muscles that are in your stomach, everything. The more active you are, the more lubricated and healthy that synovial fluid is. So the other one that I always heard was like, what happens to stagnant water when it doesn't move?
All that sediment and all that nasty stuff starts to settle.
Bacteria and everything. It just gets nasty, right? So like, how much % of your body is water?
Most of it.
70% water. So like, become that raging river as often as you can, because mosquitoes breed in it. All that, man.
Bro, Steve Whoop, I spent 30 minutes stretching out of bed.
Hey, that's good though. That's good.
I think he was saying that he has to take a half hour to stretch just to get out of bed, you know. But dude, it's like my whole thing, remember, like at the beginning of the year, I was like, I'm spending this whole year focusing more on fitness, and I just started walking 2 miles a day. That was it. And honestly, it was because of the dog, but I took advantage of it and walked more. My dog does not need to walk 2 miles a day. His legs are like this big, bro, right? Like, but you know, I took advantage of it, and you know, just
he's like the kids, man. The more you wear him out, the more calm he is at home too.
Exactly. But I'm certainly not the beacon of health, dude. I'm just saying, like, I'm working on myself every day, and you know, diet is huge. The healing power of garlic is huge. Anyway, so
Skywalker, I feel you, bro. All the miles and basketball and jumping and pounding of my body. I got plenty of knees and stuff. I mean, next to me, I have. Thank God, I was given a leg extension. But you should, when you have injuries and stuff, you don't need to do bodybuilding. If you have pain, you need to do therapy on that pain, on those joints, on the back. Strengthen the core, helps your back. Yeah, if you have bad knees, specific exercise targeting the muscles around your knees, like, and then as those muscles and that stuff gets better, you know, then you can start to introduce more strength building. But you're going to get stronger. If you work out, you're going to get stronger and faster and feel better. You just have to keep going.
Garlic. No wonder you're still single. Dude, I can't. Even if I wanted to, even if I wanted to, you know, I can't. I'm still married, y'all. All right, so just to kind of finish this up real quick, what I'm saying is, have kits for different application, right? Have the concealable chest rig where you can put mags in, you know, medical, GP stuff, you know, whatever. And, you know, dude, you know, another thing I started thinking of, I was like, I should keep a little extra kit, like in the car, in a lockbox that's literally locked and tethered, like to like the, you know, the car, of just an extra EDC gun, light, magazine, and knife.
But more important than having extra weapons in the car for sure is sustainment. Like,
100%.
Flashlights, batteries, something to charge your batteries.
Yeah.
Food.
I'm assuming that those things are already
Okay.
Like for most dudes, they probably have, and sustainment too. From, do you have containers in your vehicle for water? Do you have any food? Do you have medical? Right, like
For
a
sure.
lot of these things are super important. But what if you ended up in a situation where your gun went down or was gone, lost, whatever? You got in a shootout, you whatever. Um, and
Well, have good guns.
of course,
Don't.
Glocks. They're called Glocks, guys.
They're called blocks, and
Yes.
they're called good bolt carrier groups and good barrels and stuff that runs and works good.
Yeah.
Um,
Dang, he said my sustainment in my truck used to include a twin mattress.
hey, that
Dang.
is good.
Oh, he said RDR. I gotta watch the exercise. I'm still dealing with an ortho doctor. I feel you, bro.
Yeah, I had a knee surgery, and I wanted to become a therapist, and I ended up getting into like strength and conditioning stuff. But I have done my own therapy on my knees since I was in high school because I had this surgery in middle school.
Dang.
So, in order to keep up with tier 1 athletes, I was therapying myself every single day, and I still do. There's days where I don't work out and I just do my old therapy to keep everything right. And that's one of the things I was kind of hinting at, is just therapy is, it's important. It's really important that you keep the muscles around you always work on your weaknesses. Like there's dudes that they go in the gym that you see the guys when their legs look like this and they can bench press and their upper
But
body's
their
big.
arms are like,
Yeah. It's like
swole.
there was time coming out of high school where I was on the weightlifting team, right? I competed in the 183 pound weight class because I couldn't cut weight down enough to get to 169. And we did mainly like chest, clean and jerks, chest one day, upper body, clean and jerks, and you hurt yourself. There's a lot of high school kids that get injured with this structure. They're not doing core, they're not doing squats, they're not doing certain exercises that to balance everything, right? And you're doing chest 3 times a week and lower body twice a week, and that's not good because your lower body's more important than your upper body. So when I came out of high school, I would go and I would do legs 3 days a week. And then I'd even do like shins and calves on another day.
Did you look like you were gonna like tip over? Kind of.
No, I was always like super stout. But like I ran stadiums and did a lot of stuff on my legs already from playing basketball. But
very good, man. Very good.
It still is like your glutes are. It's funny. You see like people strengthening their glutes, but your glutes are a massive portion of your body that support everything in between the top and the bottom. So like having strong glutes is very important for your core strength and your hip mobility and stuff like that. So like, but basically what it comes down to is always do your weaknesses more than your strengths. I know it feels good to do your strengths, and that's in every facet of
I was going to say that translates great to the range too, That's super important. Yeah, and just to tie up my thought, what I was saying is make sure you have equipment for many different situations, but you don't have to go crazy, right? You don't have to get the highest quality, like the dopest tier stuff, like you don't have to have spirited solutions for every single item that you have. Like I said, that one concealable rifle threat protection, that was a $35 slick carrier, and because it's got velcro on the front, I could velcro a panel to it because it's not really a placard, but I could literally velcro a panel to it and then put the velcro the straps around the front and still close a hoodie over that, which is super important. But so just have like different things, right? But I'm still gonna go most likely with the 11.5 Super Duty with the can, and which, man, I need to cite that thing. It's so bad. I still haven't been to the range, dude. It's terrible. And
get there.
Yeah.
What? Even saying that and thinking about prepping and getting gear, man, is definitely work on your weaknesses. Upgrade what is weak before you buy more things that you have that are strong. Like if you got a good rifle and you got a good handgun and you got a good holster, make sure your belt is good. Make sure that you do have the right pouches, the right chest rig, the right backpack, the right soft armor. For instance, I have 3 sets of hard armor and no soft armor. I gotta let this dog in real quick. So like,
No soft armor?
nah.
Yeah, and someone else had mentioned this in chat earlier. I think it may have been, was it Z or Zanti? I may have missed it, but literally just grabbing a backpack and having a level 3A insert in there. Because if you're in like a less than permissive environment and you need to be super low pro, yeah, having a bag slung up on your back with level 3A armor in there is like virtually weightless, but it can protect you from pistol threats, 22 to 44. And the most common pistol threats are going to fall within that. If you see a rifle, run. But having a backpack and being able to literally turn it around, put it on your front, and then you have coverage of your vitals of the level 3A soft armor. So there's a bunch of different things you can do. And I know I showed this off before, but this little bag that's also a chest rig that can also be a crossbody that you can also put a little piece of armor
That thing's
in.
sick.
It is really cool. I haven't had a chance to actually go out.
Yeah,
and,
you could just be like someone from South
yeah.
America who's here on tourism.
Yeah, for real. I could just
Like they wear that kind of shit all the time.
they do, for real. Dude, I see dudes straight up wearing crossbodies that are like hugging their chest, and I'm like, yo, what? But it's only big enough for like a large iPhone or something, or like
Yeah.
they probably have like their
Or
what's
Glock
that
43.
thing? Their
I'm like, you ain't got money there.
what's that thing? The
What size is that?
Nintendo
P365.
Switch. The Switch. That's what those
Nintendo Switch.
homos. But yeah, just kind of rethink about your gear, because like I do think it's important for all of us to have Minuteman kit, but you don't got to go crazy with it on the price. I see Coyote in here, bro. We we mentioned the Nizumi rig earlier. That's an excellent option, super affordable, and also you can load that thing down if you needed to. But also you can go super low pro with like one of the little crossbody bags and load it with mags, medical, whatever. Oh man, I don't have it. It's in the other room, but that little and it's so cheesy, but I love this thing so much. It's a Camelback multicam insulated canteen carrier for sustainment, but it holds like a 1 liter bottle, like a bottle this size, and you can just swoop and on a super hot day still be running around and have an insulated multicam, by the way. Little Camelback thing, which that's cool. I gotta find it like the spot that because normally what I do is I literally open up the micro Skittles or mini Skittles pouch and I just put that thing in there. Later stiff. What's that? AMD 65. Best part was the mag. Oh, the 20 round tanker mag. Don't get me started, man. I sold my AMD 65 back in the day. What's that? Okay, so real quick, because I know we gotta wrap up.
Yeah, I gotta get going.
So this is a low vis, low pro chest rig, and it looks like a little man purse.
Vertex?
Victos.
Victos.
Which basically the same thing.
Yeah.
So what it is, I'll go full screen real quick just so we can knock it out quickly without taking too much time. But you can take the harness off. This is set up as a chest rig now. You can take the harness off and carry it like a little like lunch bag, or you can put the little, it's like a crossbody strap on there, which is over there. You can carry it like that. So in the back here,
like
this opens
European
up.
Bag, European Mars. Ooh.
So right now there's 3 PMags in there. That is the most that it opens.
20 rounders or those 30 rounders?
Those are 30s.
Nice.
Straight 30s. Well, I guess I'm not supposed to, do the thing on this platform, but so it doesn't open up anymore.
3 Sports Illustrated's in there.
3 Sports Illustrated pull mags. So that's dope. You can also put 6 like 9mm subgun mags, Glock mags, or whatever. And on this side, I don't know if I left this one set up or not. So right now, that is 3. Sorry, I'm away from my mic. That is 3 24 round Gliznock mags.
Nice.
So 3 of the 20 foes, and
Wow.
then a tourniquet. And usually at the top right here, I have a multi-tool on one side and a knife on the other side, even though I would likely have that with me. So that one tourniquet in there is just the one tourniquet in here. But then this whole front is literally packed
Medical.
with full medical everything on the front.
Sick.
So everything you could think of, full IFAC and some, and it's also got boo-boo stuff in it too. So this way, like if this was just in my trunk and something popped off, I can literally just go grab this by the handle, throw it on my chest, have a hoodie, over it or something, which it's a little thick for a hoodie, but I'll make it work. It still doesn't scream like I'm a
No.
tactical guy. Or I could carry it crossbody and still have the same loadout looking like a purse on me.
I don't think that looks totally, I wouldn't say inconspicuous, but it's very low profile.
Yeah.
I think
And
that's awesome. I think
it's easy to pull from, do reloads from. It doesn't get in the way of you shouldering, your rifle. It's good stuff. Victos is a homie for sure. And they post hilarious stuff. Later range.
I don't think I follow him. I got to run too, guys. I got a meeting early in the morning. Dark.
Yeah.
I
Appreciate you,
having
brother.
me on.
Thank you for coming on, man.
Yes, sir. Christ is king, y'all. Keep training and come follow your boy Red Dawn. We'll be live tomorrow night at about 10:30.
Yes, sir. Yeah, please do. And I'll close out, so y'all stick around here for a minute. And Red Dawn, thank you again. Make sure you follow him on YouTube, The Green Place, The Rambel, and all that. Love JC. Appreciate you, brother. Hoodie is greater than a shiesty. For those of you out there that don't know what a shiesty is the mask that you can pull down like a gator and then pull up real quick. Masks, look, I think masks are something that everyone should have in this world, the tactical space. I'm just saying. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming in, tuning in, hanging out. I got a whole bunch of stuff I got to catch up on. I got orders I got to do. I got the giveaway stuff I got to get out. I've just been super backed up. So once again, I just want to say thank you for tuning in and you guys spending your very, very valuable time here. It means a lot to me. So thank you. Shout out to Frag Out. Remember to go, if you can, if you're in a position to patronize him, because you will get a great deal, like less than dealer cost for a Glock with a Frag Out stippled frame for like, dude, he's got a Glock 48 for 325, a 43X for like 325. That's been Frag Out laser stippled. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, I just want to say thank you guys, man, for real. It's almost like therapeutic to come on here and just like chill and hang out with you guys. Also, with all the craziness of what's going on with the HPA, just the idea of removing anything from the NFA is huge. Any form of registration, any form of restriction or delay is unconstitutional. But I also don't want it to be confused, like, when people say, like, my Second Amendment rights, like, these are your natural rights that are given to you by God that are supposed to be protected by the document, the Constitution, and protected by the Constitution of your state. And there are some other implications with the HPA. I was talking about it with Drew and some other viewers. So there's going to be a lot of things that are developing over the next 30, 60, 90 days. So keep an eye out. Man, I really, really, really hope that we get the Short Act thrown in there too. If the Short Act is thrown in there, dude, we literally, the only thing left is machine guns on the NFA. And we'll just work on that next. So we have a little while to go, but man, I have not seen any development like this with firearms rights in the last century. We've not made this kind of movement like we have in the last like 7 years or so, 5 to 7 years, with Bruin, with you guys know all the things. And it all started with bump stocks being encroached on. And goodness gracious, man, thank you, Trump, for being an idiot and doing that. And with all the terrible things, right? Blessings come even through the storm. So, remember that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming, tuning in, hanging out, man. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all so much. Yeah, and the short act includes, by the way, just as we're talking about it, short-barreled rifles, short-barreled shotguns, and AOWs. Boom. So, yeah. Thank you. Anyway, let's go ahead and close out, guys. Remember that we are still in an active culture war, regardless of who the president is. We are literally fighting for morals versus morals, beliefs versus beliefs. By the way, this is the challenge coin that comes with every single frag out item, and the serial number is literally engraved on this beautiful piece of challenge coin. This is the second one that I got. Yeah, I'm pumped about that, man. Frag out, man, his work is nuts. Anyway, yeah, so we're still in a culture war, so it's important that you take on the role of culture warrior, and in your community, in your family, in every way that you can, be a leader, be the best version of yourself. Always make sure that you're improving, getting better every day, and make sure that you're showing up as a leader in your home, the spiritual leader of your home, being a leader in your community, a leader within your church or wherever you spend your time. And the best way for us to continue improving, growing, and developing is for us to have standards and expectations and rules for ourselves. And some of the rules that I like to share with you guys at the end of every day are: rule number one is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief interaction that we have with somebody else could have a massive impact on your life. So be kind. Rule number two is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others. When you bless others, you become blessed, because a hand that's open to give is open to receive. And rule number three, perhaps my favorite, because we know the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence. Make sure that we're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, and be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. I just want to say thank you again so much. If you want to support the channel, you can support the channel by shopping at DLD Hardware. All the merch and stuff is up there, but also if you build guns, there's tools, parts, all sorts of stuff, and merch, of course. And then also you can shop at Definition Knives. Go check out what we have. Oh, that one's not out yet. You can shop at Definition Knives. I might give a little hint that there could be a knife drop in this week. Something so beautiful, which I don't have one in front of me, but these are just kind of examples of knives that we got up there. And yeah, keep a lookout, because something might be dropping over the next couple days. So bam. Yeah, everything that we have up there is less than $99. Most of what we have is between $59 to $79, and they're all excellent knives. And I encourage you guys to check it out. If you haven't ordered a knife, I always throw in extra stuff like stickers. I got like stacks of stickers, the DK keychains and all that stuff. So I try to hook it up to kind of make it more of an experience if you do make a purchase from us. So I'm also doing stuff like I'm catting my own stuff to print for me, for my daughter, for stuff. So that's a super cool experience. So man, it's yeah, it's really cool. So more stuff to come in the future. Remember, guys, Christ is King, Christ is Lord. One day, every knee will bow. So why not bow now? I love y'all. Take it easy. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.